Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha Nita for those who don't know, and if you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by and taking the time to check out my channel. Today, I am back using my voice memos as the mic because it's a little late, I'm not gonna lie, and I don't want to be too loud in the story time because I have a feeling that I'm gonna get real angry and I don't want to wake up my parents, and I don't want to be disruption. So we're going to try and do this for the one time. So for today's video, I'm going to give y'all a story time on how I was called a stripper and had rumors made up about me by my Jamaican auntie, by my Jamaican family auntie. So, grab your drinks, grab your snacks, and let's not even waste time. Let's get right on into it. The story takes place around, I want to say, 2021. This is the year that I graduated high school. And during this time, I had started talking to my current boyfriend, and I had wanted to go visit him one day. But I was too scared to tell either of my parents that I had a boyfriend. I was too scared to really tell anybody in my family because my mom was so hell-bent and very strict on me not having a boyfriend. And she was very hell-bent and strict on this particular person being my boyfriend or my husband or whoever you want to call that. But that is literally for another storytime video. All of my Jamaicans, you know, especially if you have a Jamaican mother, you know how crazy it can get. You know how crazy the Caribbean can really get. So it was tough. I had to keep my relationship under wraps. This day, I don't know what day it was, but this day, I know it was towards the spring month. So one random day in spring, I was really giddy, was texting my boyfriend. I wanted to go see him. And I couldn't tell my mom. So I had another friend at the time who was having a little college get-together celebration of him getting accepted into a school, and I had to go stop by a store to go pick up his gift for the celebration later that week. So I was getting ready, and I was like, okay, maybe if I get ready, do my big one, get his stuff out the way, and then I can go see him after. So I'm texting back with my boyfriend. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so excited to see you. We're gonna go hang out with one another, blah, 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 blah. I'm getting ready, playing my music, doing my thing. At this point, I'm in my room, as you see right now, dancing, listening to my music, really trying to get my mug on. Out of nowhere, I get a phone call from my mother. So I pick up the phone, and my mom immediately starts going off on me. So, you on stripper now? You on stripper? What do you mean say you a strip on TikTok? Why may I hear you a strip on TikTok? No, this is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. Do you really, you think me stupid, me raise one stripper? You should be so disgusted with yourself and Ray. Mind you, I'm taken aback because I'm mid-contour. What are we talking about? I'm mid-bake. What am I getting yelled at? I'm genuinely baffled, confused. So I'm looking around at the invisible cameras 2, 3, and 7, and I'm like, y'all getting this? Because this cannot be my life. Mind you, at the time, I had all of my social media that I do now. But the thing with my social media is I don't really have my family on my social media because I know how they can get, and I know how Jamaicans can get when they blow things out of blood clot proportion. So I did not want to have any stress on my page and deal with all of that. So I was like, what are you talking about? So my mom's cussing me out. She's like, how come does it take blank to send me this? I'm not going to say the lady's name because spooky. How come it takes her to send me this video of you on TikTok and I don't know? And she's like, I'm going to send this to everybody so you can feel embarrassed and blah, 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 blah. So I'm confused. So my mom sends me the video. Y'all, if I had the video, I wish I had the video where I could just put it up here on the screen and show y'all. But this video was just a video with me lip syncing, feeling myself. I was really, feeling myself. I thought I was cute, so I was doing a cute little lip sync, and I had my LED lights on, and I had a crop top on. I was literally clothed. I was fully clothed, so I was confused as to where all of, like I said, all of this rage and anger was stemming from. Who told you this? Because now I'm embarrassed, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't want anybody else to see this. I don't want, because in my mind, my mom's blowing this out of proportion. So obviously I'm double backing on my decisions, and I'm like, oh my God, I must be so disgusting and so trifling. Like, I don't want the world to see that. Like, I'm a good Christian woman. You're not about to do me. You're not about to do me in. No, sir. No, sirski. I'm like, this cannot be real. So she ends up telling me that it was a family friend. Let's call this family friend. Let's call her Martha. Now, Martha was supposedly at work, and she had gotten sent a TikTok from someone who she knows, who I have no idea to this day who it is. But clearly it's a certified op. It's a certified apiana that be on my page, on my page. If you are on my page, get off my page, me know you. And it's getting really, really weird. And she was like, oh my God, is this Samantha? And had sent it to Martha. And Martha, because she's nosy and does not have a life and does not have a job and does not have goals in her career, obviously, was caught up with a 17-year-old's business. I think it was like 17 at the time. And I'd seen it at work, and I guess didn't like the way that I presented myself in the TikTok. And I'd sent it to my mother and said, I don't like this stripper look for Samantha. Excuse me? Excuse me? Now, I could understand if this came from a point of, I care about Samantha. I want her to be hyper aware of what she's posting on the internet and her digital footprint. Listen, you don't have to talk to me about digital footprint. I don't know if y'all have caught on to this by now. This page is very PG at max PG-13. I barely cuss on here because I'm trying to keep a clean cut image, because I haven't blown up to be a multi-millionaire influencer yet. I haven't reached that milestone, and I still need to apply for jobs and get a career, okay? And I still want to be well respected, okay? Highly educated, well respected, and I want to keep it classy. So I try to keep it classy on the internet. And I remember when I was in the 3rd grade, let me know if y'all had the same thing, when you had or not the 3rd grade, in middle school, you had some type of course about, your online presence and your digital footprint. Honey, I was scarred. You hear me? So I never worry about what I post, because I know that it's not trifling to the point where it's like me doing something that I'm going to regret. I'm very hyper aware of what I post and things like that, if that makes sense. So long story short, video, because I really thought I looked cute. I felt pretty. And, I was proud of how I looked. And honestly, during that time, it was when I started gaining my confidence, because for the longest time, through elementary school, through middle school, and even through majority of high school, I wasn't fully developed with my self-confidence. So I was happy to have come to a place where I could pick up my phone and record a TikTok to a cute audio, and I thought I looked good. Anyways, back to this. I'm getting cussed out by my mom. I'm hyperventilating. I'm texting my boyfriend, my boyfriend in secret at the time. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I'm scared. They're ripping me up. They're tearing me up. I don't know. She's like, I'm going to tell your father about this. My mom, now, I'm going to tell your father about this. I'm going to send this to everybody, which, here's the thing. Here's my 2 cents on the issue, right? Because my thing, as my mother, you're going to let someone badmouth your daughter, and you're going to blame me, even though you didn't even come straight to the source. You never addressed me about it first. You're going to listen to hearsay about an op who I don't even know is on my page. We need to be very serious. We need to get serious during this time. You hear me? So I was a little hurt. I'm not gonna lie. To this day, it does twinge a little bit of sadness and dismay in my heart that it took somebody else, instead of just coming up to your daughter and just calmly expressing their concerns. But I'm almost positive that it was the fact that Martha already attached a negative connotation to the video, and she spiraled out of control and was like, oh my God, who have I raised, and da-da-da. Which, let me start off by saying this. There's nothing wrong with being a stripper. There's nothing wrong with doing sex work. Let's start there. I should have started there. But if that is your profession, if that is what you do, more power to you. And don't let anybody disrespect you in the process. Because at that point, she said this, and even though my mom is wilding out, low-key in the back of my head, I'm like, did you just say that I'm super thick, super pretty in my body tea? Like, I don't see any problem. In retrospect, it was really weird to have all of that anger literally out of nowhere, spread out of nowhere. So anyway, fast forward. My mom's still cussing me out. She said, and I'm telling her, like, because I was so adamant about making these plans with my boyfriend. I told my mom, I was like, I still need to get my friend their present for his celebration later this week. And she's like, if you thought, she's like, Samantha, if you think me, I gotta let you go out in anywhere, you are sorely mistaken. She was like, when I come home, we're gonna have a discussion about this, because it's ridiculous how you think that you're gonna go out anywhere anytime soon. So I already knew what the vibes were, just off rip. Just by her saying that, I already knew. So I end up hanging up with her. Well, she bangs the phone in my face, bang, done. Like, she doesn't want to hear it. She's fuming. Boyfriend, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. Da, 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 da. So of course, I'm like consoling him. I start consoling my best friend, Adriana. Shout out to my sis Adriana. I love you down, sister. I love you down. And I was like sending them the video, and I was like, do y'all think I'm doing too much? Because listen, one thing about me, I don't mind taking accountability. If I actually was, doing a lot, and they were looking out for my best interest and being like, hey girl, maybe don't post that. But everybody was like, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't see a problem with it, unless, that's just me. So I was sitting there and I was crying all day, just so embarrassed. But the thing is, during this time, I'm home by myself, and I knew that my mom was going to take this straight to my dad. Now, mind you, I'm my daddy's little girl. You know what I'm saying? He sees the world and the light in my eyes the same way that I see the world and the light in his. So the last thing that I would ever want to do is make my father disappointed. Like my mom, I never want to make her disappointed, but she already be on me a lot. You know what I mean? She be on me like white on rice. So if she gets annoyed or, pissed off by me at times, I'm like, oh my God, girl, like, what's new? This is just another Tuesday afternoon. But if my dad is looking at me in a type of way, I just felt, and I don't know when you just feel shame. Like, I just felt shame. And I was so terrified of having that. So the entire day goes by. My mom comes home and more of a lecture about that. My dad, he walks through the door. He doesn't say anything to me. Walks right by me, doesn't say anything to me, barely looks in my direction. So I just take it upon myself to come here in my room and stay locked in this safe space while I kind of just let the situation diffuse itself, if you will. The next morning, I was out in the kitchen. My mom went to work and my dad was home, so I was in the kitchen making breakfast, and my dad had come up to me and he was like, Samantha, I'm so disappointed. Samantha, I'm so disappointed in you. This is not like you. I don't understand. Da, 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 da. Mind you, I kind of just let him say his piece, because I know there was no point of me trying to justify or kind of defend myself, because the accusations have already run rampant. They've already run wild. What else am I supposed to say? That I'm not a stripper? Y'all know that. That's not me. That's not me personally, and that's okay. But it was just like the fact that they thought that I was being provocative or being too grown, which was like very crazy to me, because again, I was 17 at the time, fully clothed, lip syncing to a video. And I just wanted to take the moment to interject and say that I don't know what it is, but I see this kind of common denominator that kind of does a crossover between, like, I have like African friends that have spoken on this, and also my Caribbean friends that have Caribbean parents, that there's this some kind of like weird animosity, if it's not even, despite the fact if it's your parents or if it's like your family members, regardless. Let me just say family members and relatives that find a problem, or they find it disrespectful or jarring to have a level of confidence. And let me tell you something. if you have an auntie, if you have an uncle, a cousin that feels that way, just let them know. Just ignore them, okay? Just ignore them. Take this as a lesson to be very, very mindful of who's following your account, who's following your account, who the ops are. Hey ops, the ops is out. Hey ops. Be very mindful of yourself, but also don't feel the need to apologize for you being confident in who you are, okay? Because you're beautiful and stunning, intelligent, gorgeous, innovative, groundbreaking. It's never been done before. I could go on for days about you, girl. I could go on for days about you on the other side of the screen. But I just want to let you know that if something embarrassing like this has ever happened to you, please let me know in the comments. You were not alone. I was very shook up for the next couple days. And then let me clock this tea. And let me clock this tea, Miss Martha girl. You got a lot of home issues at home. You got to figure out what's going on in that household. You hear me? So the next time when you're on company time clocking in on my page, worried about what a 17-year-old is doing, I need you to stop, assess, and realize why your family dynamic is the way it is. And I'm gonna keep it respectful, and I'm gonna keep it classy. I'm gonna leave it at that because I don't want to air your business, and but just know I know your tea. I know your tea on that. And would you believe that this woman, Miss Martha, had the gall? Shorty had the gall, knowing that I knew that she was the same person, to out me like this, to come for me and violate me in this way. The next family function that we had, she was invited. And mind you, I know that she's in my home. I know that she's present, but mind you, I'm in my room. Sometimes I'm overstimulated. I don't want to talk to nobody. Don't talk to me. I do not want chat, okay? I want to stay in my room, and I want to eat my cookout food, and I want to be in peace. But I knew that she was in the vicinity. Girl, would you believe she came up to me and had to make sure she said goodbye to me? And when I saw her, I literally couldn't even fake a front. I just looked at her. I was like, girl. And she's looking at me like, oh, Samantha, and good luck in a school. Just make sure you make good decisions and good. Girl, fuck with me. Don't play. Don't play. Don't play. Don't play. Don't play. Don't play. I'm dead ass. Don't play. Anyway, that was my little story time for y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed. I feel like this was I don't know if this was how long this was, but I hope that it wasn't that short and you guys got a laugh and a kiki out of it. Again, let me reiterate that you're beautiful, stunning, and gorgeous. Be mindful of what you post, and also be confident in yourself and stand your ground. You don't deserve to be disrespected, so stand your ground. And yeah, my parents got over it. I'm okay. I'm here. But best believe I found Martha's TikTok in my profile views, and you already know I had to hit that block button. So fast. Blocked. Thank you so much, my loves, for tuning into this video. This was a really fun video to film, so I hope to film more story times in the future. You can comment down below. You can like this video, and you can subscribe if you want to. So I'm sending you wealth, peace, prosperity as always, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.